So yeah, how about that rain, huh? It's gonna be a good time. Good morning, friends. So, I stayed up way too late last night to be up this early. I only got about 4 hours of sleep. But, my excursion, I think, I may have mentioned this yesterday, but if I didn't, my excursion that we booked for yesterday that was canceled got rescheduled for today. Since we're in Ocean Cay for 2 days, we are able to have a second chance at it, I guess. And part of me was hoping it would just be canceled completely, but that's just the laziness guy in me. So, I know it's going to be fun. It's, a catamaran kind of snorkeling thing. So I've done that before in Nassau and I really enjoyed it. So I know I'll like it once it happens, but I got to get up early to go do it. It may get canceled again this morning. I haven't been out to see what the weather's like, but it wasn't that windy yesterday morning and they canceled it. So I don't think it takes much for them to kind of err on the side of caution, but we'll see. And if it gets canceled, I'm coming back to bed, y'all. But anyway, we'll see what we see. Do what we do. I'll take you with me and we'll talk soon.
So the wind, in my opinion, was actually worse on the second day than it was on the first day, so I have a sneaky suspicion that that's not why it got canceled the first day. My thoughts are that maybe they didn't have enough people who booked the excursion to fill up the boat both days, so they just combined them into one. It started raining right as we were getting started with everything, so realistically I think they should have done it the first day, but obviously that kind of stuff is pretty unpredictable. The water in the actual ocean was quite a bit choppier than what we had experienced the day before in the lagoon, so it was pretty obvious we weren't in for the smoothest ride. Luckily, Kurt and Marcia had some extra Dramamine for me to take because I'd actually forgotten to take it in the morning before I left the ship, and I pretty much took it as soon as the boat started moving and I realized how rough it was going to be, because when it comes to Dramamine, that's something that once you need it, it's too late to take it, so I probably only had a couple of minutes to spare before it would have been a real problem.
So yeah, how about that rain, huh? It's gonna be a good time. We'll talk soon.
Once we were out to the snorkeling site, we all put on our gear and everything and then went out into the water to look around. I don't have any footage of that because I don't actually have a GoPro or anything. Maybe that's something I'll invest in the future. But one thing that was really cool is there was actually a lot more to see than I was expecting. The thing that really surprised me was that the shipwreck was so shallow that you could actually walk on it in certain points. And it was just full of different plants and wildlife and fish and everything. And yeah, I was really impressed by it. We had a full hour out there in the water, and even though it was raining for the majority of the time, it was actually quite warm, and so I wasn't really bothered by it. There were maybe 30 of us on the boat, and I was glad that my seat was on the lower level because while I don't mind getting wet in general, we actually did a full lap around the island on the way back to the ship, and the people on the upper level of the boat were definitely getting quite a bit of rainfall. But either way, it was really cool to see the full extent of MSC's Ocean Cay Marine Reserve Island, and doing a lap around it like that really put into perspective how big it is, and we got to see areas of the island that aren't really accessible to guests, only to the people who work there. So yeah, overall the Ocean Cay snorkeling excursion was a really good experience.
Alright y'all, so we're trying lobster rolls. Well, seafood shack, whatever stuff. And they got their first round of drinks, so I'm gonna wait till I get some food in my system and then I'll go grab a drink too. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited for these. I'm hungry. We'll talk soon.
Seafood Shack was really good, but just be aware that that's not an included option, so there will be an upcharge. Kurt and Marcia got the lobster roll, which is kind of what the Seafood Shack is known for, and then they also got an order of fried calamari. I got a lobster grilled cheese, which was really tasty, and then we kind of hung out on the island for a little bit longer before heading back to the ship.
Well, hi friends. So, yeah, I am here in my room, I took a nap this afternoon because after the whole excursion thing earlier, I haven't told you all this yet, but that was bumpy. That was a really bumpy ride. The water was quite choppy. The boat out there was like, moving up and down and side to side. It was kind of a lot. I managed to not get sick, but I was feeling pretty shook up when I got back. And, yeah, the actual snorkeling part of it was cool. There was so much more to see there than I was expecting. All kinds of fish and, coral and plant life. And we were at the shipwreck, so you could actually see the shipwreck site as well. It was a lot more shallower than I was expecting it to be. So, you could see a lot of that, rusty stuff under there. And it's interesting how, like, the animal life and stuff is just taking over that site. But anyway, it's dinner time. I think we're doing MDR tonight. So, yeah. That'll be good. I haven't loved the buffet, so, the MDR is kind of a much safer kind of place to get good food and stuff. So, plus the service is amazing. I love the staff on MSC. Some of the best in the industry, etc. So, yeah. But I'll take you with me. We'll see what we see and do what we do. We've got some dinner coming up, and we'll talk soon. Alright, y'all, bedtime. This is basically a wrap. I'm not sure if I'm gonna show you any of the morning stuff. I might, but I'm trying to leave early tomorrow. I'm doing the self-disembarkation. I'm gonna catch the shuttle over and all that, so, I might not have a whole lot of time to record stuff in the morning. But anyway, this was a great cruise, great trip. I'm glad I was able to make this happen with my friends Kurt and Marcia at CME Traveling. And yeah, it was a good one. We had a lot of fun. We had a good time. Did all kinds of things and saw all kinds of things and, all that. I'll be back on Divina later this year, so I'm going to do a little bit more of like, getting footage of the ship and all that stuff next time I'm around. But for now, I have enough for the series and stuff, and y'all can see how things went and whatever for us. But yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.